Welcome back, guys, to the Orlando Huskies franchise. And as you see, Josh's stats last week 25 for 36, 399, 4 touchdowns, but 3 picks. Givens is still injury or recovering from that Achilles sprain, and we're going to keep Josh in for this one, week 7 against the 1-5 Eagles. We do also have a couple other injury reports to make. CJ Hunter out 2 weeks with a dislocated elbow. And Trevor Carrington out 8 weeks, placed on IR with a a bicep strain. So we're gonna have to ask on our backups a lot in this one. But it's 1st and 10 from the 25. And on the first play of the game, huge run on the outside for Donnell gets a huge run. Gotta see what I want to do for that edge. Maybe put Pat, our rookie defensive tackle. That'd be an interesting one. Haven't seen him at all this season. Looked pretty well in preseason. But it's gonna be a 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line, as it's a read option for the Eagles, and they have plenty of room for their quarterback, and Shane able to bring down Rivers for a 29-yard gain. As the Eagles off to a great start in this one. 1st and 10 from the 19 after 2 rushes. Go back to a rush on first down, and Isaac Donald, touchdown Eagles. 3 plays, 3 rushes, touchdowns. And you could already tell how bad this D-line is, missing CJ and Trevor. Gonna have to ask the backups to step up big, and struggling in this one already and early in the season. Down 7-0. Gage has a huge hole on this kick return, brings it to the 32, finally caught from behind. But here comes Josh, and the offense could be his last time starting this season. He's gonna have to wow us this game if he wants to keep this starting job. Gonna be 1st and 10 from the 25. Gives it to Damian Harrison. First pickup of the game for Damian, 4-5. Yeah, gonna have to see a lot from Josh this one if he wants to remain the starter. Gonna be a 2nd and 5 from the 36. Hands the ball off from Drew Stevens, and Stevens has a huge hole. Stevens to the edge, and finally brought down at the 30-yard line. Huge 33-yard rush for Drew Stevens. Hit that burst of speed we haven't seen from him in a while. Now it's a 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Josh under center here. Play action pass, and nearly picked off, trying to go back to Hunter. Clayton swats that one down. Luckily, he didn't pick that off, as it's a 2nd and 10 from the 30-yard line now. As Josh thought he had enough to throw that over the top to Jamal Lacey. Great play by the DB to swat that down. It's going to be a 3rd and 10 now from the 30. And on 3rd and 10, Josh finds Hunter with an absolute dime down to the 9-yard line. Going to be 1st and goal from the 9. Empty set here for Josh. And thought Josh put enough on it. Just probably put a little bit too much, actually. Tried to throw that to Hunter. Unable to do so. Now it's going to be a second and goal from the 9. Josh under center here. Hands the ball off to Drew Stevens. Stevens able to pick up 3 on the play. 1st and goal from the 6 now. 2 tight end set once again for the Huskies. Josh and gun. And it's a touchdown, Hunter. Hunter Purcell with another touchdown on the season. An absolute laser from Josh ties this one up. As it's unfortunate, very unfortunate, Givens got hurt, but Josh has stepped in these past 2 games so far, and he's looked pretty well. We haven't seen Josh play like this at all. And the Eagles will take this touchback and start at the 25-yard line. As Isaac Donnell, 509 on the season, 4 touchdowns. He's been pretty solid. But we're going to have to come up with some stops. 1st and 10 from the 25. Rivers under center here. And a great play by Grimes and Wiggins. Grimes beats the double team. Wiggins comes down and forces a tackle. Great play by them. Now it's going to be a 2nd and 9 from the 26. And Willie got some pressure. Gage nearly ripped that ball loose, and this receiver's off to the races. And finally Wilcox tackles him at the 10. Finally caught up to, how do you pronounce that? Sloddington? I have no idea, but he slaughtered us right there for a huge gain of 65. And now tackle for loss for Willie. Great tackle by him. I think it was McMillan forcing Donnell to make a cut right into Willie, and now it's a great tackle by Shane right there. Thought he got away somehow, but on the RPO, great tackle. And it's now going to be a 3rd and goal from the 11-yard line. Can the defense get a stop? Get off the field here. Force a 3. As they force a check down. And Gage, or that was Shane and Johnson able to get a tackle for only a 2-yard gain. Now the Eagles are going to have to settle for 3 here. As they go up 10-7 late in this 1st quarter. Defense going to have to get a little bit tighter, as the defensive coordinator job is on the ropes right now. Going to have to, it's hurting him with the injuries, but going to have to figure it out. 10-7. Going to have to figure out how to get some stops, but Josh and the offense will start at the 25-yard line. The play action pass on 1st down. As Josh throws a laser to Hunter. Fits that into the tight window. Hunter hangs onto it. 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line now. And ever since Josh came back, it's been the Josh and Hunter show. On that one, Kylo with a great catch on the outside. Picks up of about 13 on the play. It's now going to be a 1st and 10 from the 36. Bunch to the right for Josh. Last play of the quarter here. And Josh throws one up to Jason Blacklock, who has a huge size advantage on the DB. Just unable to locate the ball. And that will end the 1st quarter. Huskies down 3, but driving. We'd like to see Jason come down with that, with how big of the size advantage he has on the outside right there. 2nd and 10 now from the 36. Drew Stevens bounced that to the outside, only able to pick up 4 on the game. It's going to be a 3rd and 6 now from the 32. Bunch formation for Josh on the right. As Josh is hit as he tried to throw it. Had Jason for a little bit, but Eagles forced the Huskies to settle for 3 here. As Sammy leaked, this one's up and it's right down the middle. As he's outside of that 61-yarder, he remains perfect on the season. James Aldridge will kick this one deep, and this one will probably go out the end zone like the rest of them have. And the Eagles will start at the 25-yard line. Donnell, 4 rushes, 45 yards, and a touchdown already in this one. Gonna have to figure out how to slow him down a little bit. As it's 1st and 10 from the 25 now. Tight end in motion here. And a great play by Willie to trip up Donnell at the line of scrimmage. Not able to gain anything. And we're going to need some big performances from Willie and Grimes and Wiggins in the absence of CJ and Carrington. And that's another incompletion. It's going to be 3rd and long now for this Huskies team. Third and 10 from the 25. Can the Huskies get off the field here? The pressure is starting to come in. Caden able to get to Rivers, who throws it away, and Huskies defense stands tall. And the Huskies offense now has a chance to answer. Connor Kelly gets this one. Only able to bring it to the 35-yard line. That's where the Huskies offense will start. They've looked good so far in this one. It's 1st and 10 now. It's going to be a handoff to Drew Stevens. Stevens has another huge hole. And Tapp is hurt for the Eagles. Defensive tackle. Stevens able to pick up about 9.5 on the play. Going to be a 2nd and inches now from the 44. And Stevens able to pick up a nice chunk down to the 46 now. And they have no answer for Drew Stevens at the moment. It's 1st and 10 from the 46. Josh under center here. The play action pass. Jason Blacklock hangs onto a tough one. Josh put it on the money. Tight window though. Play action pass caught him. Josh took advantage of it. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 34. Huskies are moving. Hands the ball off to Drew Stevens once again, who has another hole. Hunter unable to hang on to his block just for a split second longer. It's now going to be a 2nd and 6 from the 30-yard line. See what the Huskies do here. And Jason Blacklock hit by 3 different people to break that one up. Nearly hung on to it. Was a good throw on the inside. Just good defense by the Eagles DBs. Now it's 3rd and 6 from the 30. That one is swatted away. Nearly picked. Josh tried to go across the middle of the field. And they'll have to settle for another 3, but this 3 should give them the lead if it's good. Sammy Lee kicks it and nearly misses it. Just made it. But they go up 13-10 in this one. Midway through the 2nd quarter. They're going to have to ask their defense to get one more stop so they could try and go up 2 scores for the 2nd time this season. First time they did it, they blew the lead. See if they could hang on to this lead. As Donnell is held in check last drive. As the Eagles offense and as the whole Eagle offense was last drive. Now it's a 1st and 10 from the 25. They go with the check down here. McMillan with a great open field tackle on Golston for only a gain of 3. That's his 2nd catch of the game. It's now going to be a 2nd and 8 from the 27 now. It's a great move by the running back to get away from Grimes, who mirrored him perfectly. Just a great move. And now the Eagles are getting close to midfield here. At the 38-yard line. And what a throw by Rivers. Threw it behind the receiver. And Wilcox tried to make a play on it. Just got the ball right past him. Staying able to save a touchdown. Eagles are now inside the 25-yard line. As Rivers goes with the check down here. Shane and McMillan able to bring him down at the 10-yard line. Rivers playing better this drive. It's going to be a 1st and 10 now from the 10. Down 3, 2-minute warning in the second quarter. See if this defense could get a stop here. Alright, 1st and 10, pistol formation here for the Eagles. And Shane is torched on the route by Glover. Slot receiver for the Eagles torched Shane, and that's not the matchup we like. We like Shane against, running backs and tight ends. For the most part, some tight ends have their way with Shane, but a slot receiver is just too quick for Shane. This Gage will take this one from about the 1-yard line. Sees a huge hole and tackled by the kicker at the 31. Drew Stevens having a really nice game, as the whole offense is pretty much. As it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 31 now. As Josh going across the middle of the field to Damian Harrison. Damian still fighting down to the 19-yard line. What a throw by Josh to Damian. Huge chunk play. Now they're inside the 20. 1st and 10 now. As Josh lobs one up for Kylo. Just overthrew it by a tad bit. Had him wide open. Now going to be a 2nd and 10 from the 19. Trip to the left to the right for Josh. And Jason Blacklock drops a touchdown. An awful drop by him in the end zone. Had it. It's now going to be a 3rd and 10 from the 19. And Josh to Danny Barnes, and a dime under pressure. Touchdown Huskies. Huskies go up 20-17 in this one. An absolute dime by Josh on 3rd and 10. Under pressure. Puts it on the money. And this is the Josh we've been waiting for. And who knows, without the injury to Tyree Givens, maybe we would have never seen this Josh. As the Eagles will return this one out the end zone. Down at the 17-yard line. Miles Franklin with the tackle. And Gio Slaughter is slaughtering us right now. 2 catches for over 100 yards already. And they're going to get the ball 1st and 10 from the 17. Huskies send the blitz here. Wide open across the middle. Broken tackle. Shane finally able to bring him down. It's going to be a 2nd and 2 from the 26 now. They go with a screen play. And Donnell only able to get to the 33 as tackled by the rookie Javon Young. Huskies send another blitz, and right off the back of Donnell, never saw the ball. As it's going to be 2nd and 10 from the 33. See what this Huskies defense can do here. Goes underneath to an offensive lineman, and McMillan makes a great play on that one. It's going to be 3rd and 10 from the 33-yard line now. Pistol formation for the Eagles. See if they could get off the field. Huskies send a blitz here. And McMillan gets in, forces a bad throw by Rivers. The Eagles are forced to punt down 3 in the second quarter. Huskies won't have much time in this one to try and score, but Connor Kelly brings it to the 27, have about 13 yards, and just going to run the ball. No need to take a risk downfield. Get a turnover as Drew Stevens gets this one. Only a pickup of about 2 on the play, and that one will end this half. Huskies up 20-17 in a high scoring affair between two of the worst teams in the league. They're going to continue to try and run the ball in this second half with the lead. And they're going to have to try and contain Donnell in the second half as well. As he had a very good first half. Luckily for us, they kind of went away from him a little bit. As Gage will take this one. And Gage has a huge room. And Gage is off to the races. Will this be Gage's first career kick return touchdown? To 10, 5, touchdown, Gage Bloodgood. Finally breaks one loose. Followed his blockers perfectly and gives the Huskies a 10-point lead early in the third quarter. Donovan Wheeler, starting guard for the Huskies, is now hurt on the point after attempt. That is not good. The Eagles will start from the 25, down 10 early in this third quarter. As a bruised sternum for Wheeler, and Corey Foster is going to have to come in. Corey Foster is the better pass blocker of the two, but Wheeler, better overall player. Is a great... Now Donovan Grimes is hurt for the Huskies, and he was the one that forced the cutback. And then McMillan and company made a great play. We're going to see a lot of Pat McLandon and Caden with a good tackle right there on 2nd and 11. It's going to be a 3rd and 5 from the 30 now. Third and 5 from the 30. See what the Eagles do here. They go with a slant off the knee of the receiver, and McMillan lays him out just for extra measures. And only cramps for Grimes, which is good. And the Huskies force the Eagles to punt. Connor Kelly is back here to return this one. Connor only able to bring it to the 36-yard line. Decent little return. Here comes Josh in the offense, up 10. From the 36-yard line now. Hands the ball off to Drew Stevens. Stevens is met immediately at the line of scrimmage and loses one on the play. Lacey with a good tackle there. Now a 2nd and 11 from the 35. One-on-one on the outside. Josh throws one up for Jason Blacklock, who hangs on to it this time down to the 9. What a throw by Josh. Trusts his receiver. And Jason hangs on to it. 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. His ball off to Drew Stevens. Once again, Stevens slammed very hard down to the 3. It's going to be a 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line now. Josh switching the play at the line. Play action pass here. Josh on the run. Throws it to Jamal Lacey and a dime. And Josh might be the new starter performing like this. Tyree Gibbons has looked pretty good in his career to begin his career, but Josh is playing out of his mind right now. And I don't know how you could take the starting job away from him. Eagles down 17-34. Trying to fight back in this one. And they'll get the ball at the 25-yard line. Hand the ball off to Donnell. And Grimes is hurt once again. You hope it's just the muscle cramps. Maybe they misdiagnosed him. Maybe he had something else going on. And you'll once again see a lot of Pat on the field. As McMillan burnt on the slant route by the slot receiver. Glover picks up a nice chunk, and muscle cramps once again for Donovan. Donovan Grimes. Then he's back on the field already. Hopefully he can stay on it for the rest of the game. As they go with a check down to Donnell, and Dylan Flock with a great tackle right there. Dylan's really started coming into his own so far in the last couple of games. Hoping he could stay that ways. Eagles hand the ball off on 2nd and 13. Gain of 3 on the play. It's now going to be a 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10. Can this pass rush do something here? They can't. But Dylan, with good coverage downfield, Rivers has to throw the ball towards the sideline more. And the Huskies force another punt. Up 34-17. It's a good punt by the Eagles. Down to at the 11-yard line. With all the momentum in the game. Huskies coming back on the offense. Trying to milk some clock here. 2:45 left in the third. Gives it to Drew Stevens. Stevens able to pick up a two on the game. Gonna be a 2nd and 8 from the 13 now. Josh under center. It's a play action pass. And they go to Kylo across the middle of the field on the crosser, and Josh hits him in stride down to the 38-yard line. Josh is on the money this game. 1st and 10 from the 38. Josh back under center now. Hands the ball off to Drew Stevens. Tries to power his way through a couple defenders. Only able to pick up 2 though. Closing in on 100 yards is Drew Stevens. 2nd and 8 from the 40 now. Bunch formation. Hands the ball back off to Drew Stevens, who picks up about 4 or 5 on the play. It's now going to be a 3rd and 3 from the 45. Josh with no one open. Gonna have to eat a sack here. And the Eagles defense gets their stop of the game. First stop forces a punt here. James Aldridge will have to kick this one deep. Eagles will begin their drive at the 24-yard line. Rivers in gun here. Checks it down. But just a great group effort to rally and tackle him for only a gain of 5. As Eagles down big in this one to start the 4th quarter. Can they mount a comeback? Going to be a 2nd and 5 from the 29-yard line. Caden started to get some pressure on the edge. Nearly got a sack, but Justin Martinez tackled him short of the 1st down line. It's going to be a 3rd and inches now. 3rd and inches from the 34. Good read by Rivers. Quickly hit the tight end. As Johnson was playing off coverage. A little too far off of him. Picks it up easily. 1st and 10 now from the 43. Rivers checks it down once again. Shane with a good open field tackle. And Shane has really stepped up his game recently. Second and 2 from the 49-yard line. Eagles driving down the field pretty easily right now. They go with another check down. And this one, the tight end's off to the races down at the 34-yard line. Huskies going to have to figure something out this drive on defense. Try and confuse them a little bit. 1st and 10 from the 34. They go with a slant. Stanton all draped all over the receiver. Great coverage. Just somehow Slaughter able to hang on to it. It's going to be a 2nd and 6 now from the 30-yard line. They go with a read option. Shane trying to catch up to Rivers. And Shane forces a fumble, but no one's able to recover it. Down at the 3 are the Eagles. Great play by Shane to catch up and force a fumble right there. First and goal from the 3-yard line now. And a great play by, I believe that's Grimes. Yep, Grimes and McMillan, or Johnson, I should say. Great play by both of them to force force a loss of 1. Now a second and goal. Hand the ball off right back to Donnell, who walks into the end zone. Eagles come back in this one a little bit down 10, but took a while to score. Eagles took a while to score now. Gonna have to get a stop quickly. See if they go with an onside. They do go with an onside. Hands teams on the field. As the Eagles nearly recovered, if that would have went like another yard, they would have had it. But it's illegal touching. And the Huskies luck out with that one as they could try and milk some more clock here. Only up by 10 now with just under 4 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. Hands the ball off to Drew Stevens. Stevens, this second half, the Eagles have done a really nice job on Stevens. Huskies going to go empty set here at the 50-yard line. As Josh hits Hunter underneath, but Hunter drops it. Haven't seen that in a couple of weeks from Hunter. But it's going to be a 3rd and 11 from the 50-yard line now. Got to get the clock moving at least. And Josh tries to hit Kylo, and Kylo can't hang on to that one either. Incompletion. And the Huskies are forced to punt late in the fourth. It's a bad punt by James Aldridge. Goes in the back of the end zone. See if this Huskies defense could get one last stop for him. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 20. 3 minutes left in this one. As the D-line has to get something going. As he had all day downfield. And that's going to be a touchdown. The Eagles are now within 3 points. Had all day in the pocket. Dylan tried to make a play on the ball. Just unable to do so. And now the Eagles have came all the way back in this one. Down 3. Huskies are going to have to figure something out on offense. Gage is going to get this one from around the 2-yard line. Breaks one tackle and nearly was off to the races once again. See if Josh can lead this team to another victory. It'd be the first of this season for the Huskies. Up 3. We're up 17 not too long ago. As this one, Hunter with another drop, and you've got to be kidding me now. That's 3 drops in a row, and Josh is putting them on the money. 2nd and 10 now from the 24. The handoff to Drew Stevens. Stevens picks up a nice gain of 8 on the play. Closing in on the 2-minute warning here. It's going to be 3rd and 2 from the 32. It's a play action pass. Josh had Hunter and he couldn't hit him. And this is going to be a questionable call, but Huskies are going to go for it to win the game. 4th and 2 from the 32 to try and win the game here. Josh hits Drew Stevens. Stevens has room to run. Pushed out though. Eagles can still get a stop with the 2-minute warning in line as well. Great call by Coach Paul to go for it. Ballsy call, but when you're 0-6, you don't have anything to lose. As now our rookie guard, Frank Webster, is hurt on the play. And that stops the clock for the Eagles. It's now going to be a 2nd and 9 from the 48. 2:03 left in this one. As Damien was open on the out route. Bruised ribs for Frank. As Josh missed Damien on the out route, but it's going to be a 3rd and 9 from the 48. Have to imagine it's 4-down territory from here as well. As Josh takes a sack, and I don't know if you could go for that one. It's going to be a 4th and 13. Eagles are going to get the ball back with about 1:50 left. As this one goes in the back of the end zone, just too strong of a leg for James. They're going to begin this drive at the 20-yard line now. 2 timeouts for the Eagles. 1:48 to work with. And this is the Huskies' worst nightmare, meltdown. Finally able to bring down the tight end for a gain of 9. 1:30 and ticking. Eagles having themselves a day on offense. Both teams are for the most part. Huskies offense has slowed down in this second half though. Great tackle from McMillan there. Eagles are going to go up tempo. 1st and 10 from the 32. Only 1:10 left in the game. Have to find somewhat of a pass rush, and they haven't been able to do so all game. McMillan with a great tackle on Donnell there. Clock is ticking, 50 seconds left. Trips to the left, right for the Eagles. They're going to go with another check down. A great play by Wilcox to force an incompletion there. Seems like the Eagles might be trying to play for 3 here instead of playing for the win. Trying to bring it to overtime as it's 3rd and 6 from the 36. As Gage finally wraps him up. Timeout for the Eagles. First and 10. Finally brought down by Justin. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 42 now. Rivers throws one up with 17 seconds left. Only 1 timeout remains for the Eagles. Second and 10 from the 42. Across the middle of the field, a great tackle from McMillan. But down to the 33-yard line, looks like it'll be in field goal range. Eagles call a timeout. 7 seconds left. Coach Paul's going to try and ice him here. Make the kicker think a little bit on this 50-yarder. Game on the line. Can the Eagles tie it up, coming back down from 17-0? The kick is up, and it's right down the middle. Eagles tie it. We are going to go to OT. Down 17 points late in the 3rd quarter. The Eagles come all the way back. As Gage will have a chance to return this one. Only brings it to the 29 though. A complete meltdown by this Huskies team. Eagles win the toss, and that's huge for them as they're going to get the ball first. A touchdown will win it. The Eagles have been dealing so far this half. (34-34). Eagles will begin with the ball. Huskies defense going to have to try and get a stop here, as the 2 worst teams in the league are putting on quite a game right now. First and 10 now from the 25-yard line. Rivers in gun. Grimes getting some pressure and finally brings him down for the first sack of the game for the Huskies. Finally able to get some pressure, as it's going to be 2nd and 16 now from the 19-yard line. Flipping the play at the line. It's a play action pass here. Checks it down to Donnell. Finally tackled by Johnson for a pickup of about 10 though. It's going to be a huge 3rd down now. Can this Huskies defense get a stop? 3rd and 6. Looks like they're switching the play at the line here. And Willie gets some pressure. And they end up getting the 1st down after Rivers breaks the sack off of Willie. 1st down, Eagles. And they are moving with 3:18 left in this one. Gage and Johnson, great tackle on that gain. Gotta watch out for a tie though. You can't. Eagles gonna have to pick it up a little bit. It looks like this one could tie. Only 2 minutes remaining in this one. They're gonna check it down once again, and Shane with a great open field tackle. 3rd and 6 now. 2:40 left. 3rd and 6 from the 39. See what this defense could do here. As Gage with a great breakup on the slant, saving the game for the Huskies, and they get the ball. Gage has been an outstanding player so far in this one. It's Connor Kelly. He's gonna return this one. Tries to hit the edge, not fast enough. Tackled at the 18-yard line. 2 minutes to go for this Huskies offense to get in field goal range. Sammy Leak has a big leg. Gonna have to drive pretty much the whole field here. 1st down, Damian Harrison steps out at the 31. First and 10 from the 31 now. 2 tight ends on the field. It's a play action pass. As Josh hits Hunter for his 3rd straight drop. Are you kidding me, Hunter? 2nd and 10 now from the 31. And now Josh can't connect with Hunter on a 2nd and 10. And that's been one of their bread and butters right there. It's now a 3rd and 10 from the 31-yard line. Gonna have to make a play here. As he goes back to Hunter, and that's his 4th straight drop. Hunter's had an amazing season, but he has 4 drops in a row, and it might cost the Huskies this game. And they finally bring down the receiver at the 25-yard line. Eagles have 2 timeouts now. 1st and 10 at the 25. Only have to get to about the 35 for field goal range here. And Donnell breaking tackle after tackle, had him down in the backfield, somehow picks up 13 on the play. It's now going to be a 1st and 10 from the 38. As wide open across the middle of the field is the receiver for the Eagles, down at the 45-yard line. And the Eagles finally called their first timeout. Didn't like the look, I guess. They're going to go with an empty set here. 1st and 10 from the 45. And Eagles are down at the 34-yard line here, in field goal range. Huskies gonna have to find a way to get a stop here. Knock them out of field goal range somehow. Finally tackled at the 33-yard line, and he just hit a field goal from the same distance before. It's gonna be a 2nd and 9 from the 33. They just called their last timeout. They will kick the field goal early, as the Huskies will try and ice them in this one. Game on the line. The field goes up, and it's right down the middle. The Huskies collapse in this one. Up 17 points late in the third, and the Eagles come back and win it all. As Josh had a good game. He had a really good game. I know his completion percentage looks bad, but he had a good game. 108 passer rating, 265, 3 touchdowns. Good game for Drew Stevens on the ground as well. As 4 straight drops to end the game for Hunter. And that lost us the game pretty much. Offensive line played solid as well. Shane and McMillan led the team in tackles. Tackle for loss for 2 for Grimes, 1 for Dillon, 1 for Wilcox, 1 for McMillan, 1 for Willie, and 1 for Johnson. Only a sack for Grimes. No pressure really. Deflection for Wilcox and a forced fumble by Shane. But a complete collapse by the Huskies in overtime. 0-7 on the season, and I'll see y'all in week 8. Peace.